In this Excel video, you will see how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. In column G on my spreadsheet, I wish to calculate the difference between this year and last year's figures. I'll begin by typing an equals in the cell G2. This is so that Excel recognizes I wish to create a formula. I'll click on the cell E2 and then enter the symbol I would like. On a UK keyboard, the Add key is usually sharing the equal key, so you'll need to hold the Shift key to get to it. You might be lucky enough to have a separate keypad on the side of your keyboard where you'll easily see the plus, subtract, multiply and divide. Now I'm going to click on F2 and press Enter to complete the formula. Oops, I meant to subtract one from the other, so I'll double-click back onto my formula. When you double-click onto a cell containing a formula, the cells involved are color-coded to help you read them. This formula should actually be F2 subtract E2, so I'm going to manually edit it. Equals F2 subtract, which is the key next to equals, E2. Now instead of pressing Enter, I'm going to click the little tick next to the formula bar. This keeps your mouse inside the cell you're working on. One of the brilliant things about Excel is that you can use any formula as a base for other formulas. To carry out this formula for the rest of the employees, I'll move my mouse into the bottom right corner of the cell containing the formula. The mouse will change into a little black cross, then you can left click and drag down as far as you like. This is known as autofill. The first formula was F2 minus E2, the next F3 minus E3, F4 minus E4, and so forth. To calculate the target for this year, I need to add 3% onto last year's figure. To do that, I'll start in H2, type an equals, click on E2. You can also just type E2 if you prefer. Now I need to find the multiply key. On a UK keyboard, that shares the 8 key. Again, you might see it on a keypad on the right. Now I wish to add 3% on top of the figure, so I can do that by multiplying by 1.03 or by 103% and complete the formula. I'll go back up and fill it down to the bottom. But this time I'm going to double click. How quick is that? Finally, I'm going to use divide to work out the percentage of this year against the target. Divide is represented by a slash, which normally shares the question mark key. Equals H2 divided by F2. I'll do the tick, and there you go. But that does look rather strange, so I'm going to give it a quick fix by clicking on the percentage button in the number group on the ribbon. That's better. Now let's fill it down to the bottom. Now just as a reminder, you can double click on any cell that contains a formula and you'll see the cells contained. Press Escape to jump backwards. And there you go. In this video, we've looked at some basic calculations in Excel.